I'm going to show you all real quick how to find out who a person is by pedigree. All right, you see I have pulled up here Natchez, Mississippi. I'm just going to give a simple overview of like how you can find out who a person is. Now, this is my personal background right here. Natchez, Mississippi. It sits on a coordinates of 31 and also 91. Now, this is how you find out. Okay, 30 and 90, right? All right. So you see, who are the ancient mound builders in America, right? It's the people from Mississippi, right? Okay, that Natchez area, the Natchez people. You can see here, you have 30, Nigeria, and then 90, Nubia, which is like Egypt, Libya, and stuff like that. Those are your mound builders, the Nigerians and Nubia. That's who the people in that area of Natchez are. Now I'm gonna go and look at their headdress. This is their headdress. This is their headdress right here. You see, you got the feathers up. This is how a lot of people in Mardi Gras dress. And you know, Mardi Gras, right? It sits on a coordinates of 29. So if it sits on a coordinates of 29, that will be a mixture of Yoruba, which is Nigerian, and Suriname. So Nigerians will wear this type of headdress. So that's how you can find out who you are. Like, just find out the coordinates of where your great people come from, like your great grandfather, your great grandmother. Find out what place they were in the South, and then look at the coordinates of where they were. It'll make all the sense in the world. I love like doing research on genealogy and genetic mapping. It's my passion. I love to find out history in this right accord, because like when you find out who you are, man, you just your level, or I would say your esteem, it just takes off. Your level of self-esteem. You're no longer lost. You know, you're no longer lost. You have a purpose now. So like, even when we think about like, you know, are we able to leave our footsteps behind, right? You know, when you're here and you're able to take your first steps, you're leaving a genetic print on the ground. You're leaving a DNA on the ground that can be recopilated and made again, meaning you can be duplicated and put here again. You don't need to have children, like you don't really need to do all of that, but it would be fine to do that, right? But the reason I say like it wouldn't be necessary to do all that is because you got to think where our communities are right now, right? There's a lot of confusion, and there's also a lot of manipulation. You can see the women aren't being women, the men aren't being men. So when you have that type of idea, like you don't want to bring a child into the world, and they're put around that, you know, and then you're not here to look after them, or you get old because like natural occurrences that happen, you know, natural catastrophe, aging, all of that. So, you know, this is how you leave your mark, you know. When you take, you know, a walk and you have this on your head, right? You know, that DNA, it's gonna interact with the environment. They're gonna know you were an important person. Like you got this headdress on. The archaeologist is gonna be like, you know, oh, we found an interactive species like in this area at one point in time using, you know, this sort of specimen trait. They're going to know who you were. you know? So that's how you find out who you are. That's exactly how you find out who you are. Look at the coordinates. You know, it's going to show you these people interacted with these people. I showed you that 30 and that 90, right? That's Nigeria and Nubia. Those two people interacted. You know what I mean? Those were your mound builders. Those were your pyramid builders. Natchez. Great peace. Yakoki.